So this is one of my favorite slides in this lecture. Basically, whatever we know today through even this lecture, I mean, this lecture is delivered in the mode of discursive thought. There is so much I can express in music, which is symbols, because it is multidimensional, than what I can tell you today in this lecture, what I can communicate to you in this lecture. So you see in the ocean, and this comes from a metaphor comes from the great American philosopher Susanne Langer in the book called Philosophy in a New Key. This is like philosophy student, master student, graduate school 101. So I'm taking a chance with all of you. I don't care you're undergraduates. I think these are important concepts. I'm sure you can begin thinking about it. And this is a big shift in philosophy since the 1970s, and it's very exciting that it happened in the United States. That symbolism, you see the language is portrayed here as a little island. And this island has all the waves of the ocean surrounding it, and that ocean is our experience and is the intuition, is the ineffable. The big music is a big one, literature, art, theater, and visual art of any kind. Okay, let's wrap it up, shall we? These two basic assumptions go hand in hand. One, that language is the only means of articulating thought. And two, that everything which is not speakable thought is feeling. Feeling. They're linked together because all genuine thinking is symbolic. And the limits of the expressive medium are, therefore, really the limits of our conceptual powers. Beyond these, we can only have blind feeling which records nothing and conveys nothing, but has to be discharged in action or self-expression, in deeds or cries or other impulsive demonstrations. But if we consider how difficult it is to construct a meaningful language, it is quite incredible that people should ever say anything at all, or understand each other's propositions. At best, human thought is but a tiny, grammar-bound island, like in the slide, in the midst of a sea of feeling expressed by and sheer babble. The island has a periphery, perhaps, of mud, factual and hypothetical concepts broken down by the emotional tides into the material mode, a mixture of meaning and nonsense. Most of us live the better part of our lives on this mud flat, but in artistic moods, we take to the deep where we flounder about with symptomatic cries that sounds like propositions about life and death, good and evil, substance, beauty, especially beauty, and other non-existent topics. So for any of you who has had trouble with language, especially learning English, I would say don't give up. You do have to learn English. You do have to learn it well. That is right now the best of our communicative glue. However, there is this world of art. There is the real ocean on the outside of this island of languages that all of us has access to. All you have to do is to pick up an instrument, make art, and to connect to that self which cannot be expressed through language. And that is the best hope of humanity and our future.